Hey guys, this is Becca here. We're going to do our spine and hip mobility sequence this morning again. And if you're with me today, so we have a blanket. I have a blanket with me just so I can prop my head up a little bit. We are going to be on the floor today. So we are going to be on the floor. If you have problems getting up and down off the floor, I get it. It is something that, as we get older, is a hard thing to do. If you have a partner that can help you get up and down, if you do have mobility issues getting on the floor, that would be awesome. If not, keep a chair handy. So using a chair to get down on the floor can help you a lot and even help you get up off the floor. And I'll show you how to do that as well. Um, I also have a bolster, but you can use a couple of cushions to bolster you up underneath the knees. And when we do that, when we're laying on the floor, it takes a lot of pressure off the lumbar or the lower back. So if you do have lower back issues and you're getting on the floor, please find a couple of pillows that you can bolster your knees up, and it will be a lot more comfortable for you. If you have neck issues laying on the ground, get a little towel so you can roll it up and put it under the nape of your neck. That is going to support your cervical spine a lot better and you'll feel a lot more comfortable. So when we are in our practice, guys, comfort over everything, okay? If our bodies cannot be comfortable and cannot relax, when we're doing these mobility exercises, it's almost like you're going backwards or you're shoveling in a snowstorm. So we want to have all the tools that we need to make our practice as most comfortable as ever. So this practice is going to be very gentle. We're just going to be getting into the spine and hips, doing some gentle movements to lubricate the joints, get mobility happening, and to release tension. And whether you're feeling mentally, emotionally, you have some things going on in life, sometimes we can feel it in the spine and the hips as well. So letting go of some of that thing when we get on those things, when we get on our mat, can help a lot with letting go of tension within the body as well. So in staying that, let's just get started. So get your mats, get into some comfy clothes if you're heading on way. Make sure that if you have problems getting up and down, grab a chair, put it in a spot where you're gonna grab it. It's not gonna fly away from you. So somewhere stable on a non-slippery surface or against the wall would be optimal. And we're getting started. All right, let's go. So, once again, if you need help getting down the floor, grab your chair. Stabilize yourself with your hands first, okay? Get some strength through the shoulders and then see if you can get down on your knees first. If you do have troubles getting on your knees, use some support to help you get down there so that your knees are supported as you get down as well. Be as much comfortable as you can getting down here. As you do, take your time, okay? There's no rush. Take your time getting on the floor and getting comfortable and relaxed. As you do, like I said before, boasting the knees up can take a lot of pressure off that lower back when laying down on the floor. So make sure that you have something under your knees to boast them up especially if you do have lumbar issues. If not, then it feels good anyways. All right, so I'm gonna lay down, make sure that my head is comfortable, my neck is supported. If I need to curl up my blanket a little bit to put under the nape of my neck, then we can do that as well. So make sure that you're feeling comfortable there. And we want to be able to let our bodies go in this position. So start feeling your joints, your muscles, your bones start to settle into your mat as if they're kind of imprinting, as if the spaces are getting a little smaller. So in saying that, take a moment, close your eyes, tuck the shoulder blades under so they're nice and flat out onto the mat. Your arms can be at to the side about 45 degrees, palms face up for a moment. Close your eyes and start to just acknowledge the body. So just scanning from top to bottom and acknowledging any little aches or pains or stiffnesses this morning, this evening, wherever you are in the world. Just acknowledged. Make any little movements, adjustments that feel good to you to get comfortable. As you acknowledge your aches and pains and sicknesses here, try not to judge. Try not to overthink them. Try not to say, oh, what is that? Just acknowledge them as sensations in the body. We're not labeling the sensations as good or bad, but they're just sensations in this position. So I like to say presence over perfection. So basically, we're being present in our bodies at the moment. So take a moment, acknowledge the body, acknowledge the breath. How are you breathing? Are you breathing fast? Are you breathing slow? Do you breathe all the way down into your belly, or is your breath staying up high into the chest? Just little things to acknowledge. And if you are breathing fast and high up into the chest, take a moment just to extend the breath all the way down into the belly, as if you're filling up the container from the bottom all the way to the top. And when your container is full, just let it go and let go of tension throughout the body. Let go of whatever is not serving you at the moment. So if whatever you're holding on to is not serving a purpose at the moment, see if you can let it go. Relax your face, relax your eyes, soften your jaw. Let your arms be heavy, soften the belly, and let the legs and the sacrum just be heavy. It's almost like they're melting. Let's take 2 deep breaths in through the nose and let it go through the mouth here. Huh. Last one. Huh. That feels better already. When you are set, let's bring both knees up towards the belly. We're going to just give them a quick little hug there and just gently rock side to side, massaging out the lower back. So just making any little movements that feel good to you. Maybe you feel some stiffness, some aches and pains in there as you're moving around, and that's okay. Just work through them gently. We're not forcing anything. We're just gently moving, gently getting into our bodies. Gently rolling out our lower backs or massaging out the lower backs and our hips a little bit here. Good. And then if you're holding on to your knees with your hands, keep holding on. If you're not, grab your right knee with your right hand, left knee with left hand. And we're going to draw circles in opposite directions with the knees. So maybe matching our breath as well. Inhaling as the knees pull away from the body and around, and exhaling as they pull into the body. So just making some nice, deep, wide circles, just testing out the limitations there. Where are your limitations? How far can you go? Does one side feel a little different than the other? Does it feel a little stiffer? A little more aches and pains? Just acknowledge. Don't force anything. You may notice as the knees pull in, the lower back has a tendency to imprint on the mat. And as the knees pull away from the body, the lower back kind of arches off the mat. And that's good. We're getting into the spine here as well as the hips. And these gentle little movements create lubrication within the joint, keeping them healthy and moving with ease. So you're just having experimenting here, just moving through the hip joints. Try to keep your head, your neck, your upper body nice and relaxed and heavy. Just testing the waters in the hips, if you will. Good. Then extend your left leg out onto the mat. So you can keep that little bolster under there if you want. If it feels better to bend your knee and plant your foot, you can do that as well. Draw the right knee in towards the shoulder, so your right shoulder, or maybe even in towards the midline, or kind of back and forth. See what works for you there, what feels good. And we can even draw little circles, massaging into that right hip joint. So drawing little circles with the knee. Once again, just trying to keep the face, the jaw, everything else relaxed, heavy on the mat. Good. Ah, that feels so good. Starting to warm up our joints there. So right knee is up. Take your left hand and place it on top of that right knee and open up your right arm into a T position for support. Take a deep breath in to get long and tall through the spine. And then on your exhale, gently roll over onto the right side, bringing that right knee across the body. If you want, use the cushion of your knees at your knees so that you can prop your right knee up. This right shoulder might pop off the ground a little bit, and that is okay. So you don't want to force it down. If your body loosens up and is able to relax enough, you might be able to get that right shoulder back down on the ground, but don't force it there. More importantly, see if you can let go of tension and relax into this position using gravity and not force. So just the weight of our body and letting go with our breath. So taking deep breaths to get nice and long and tall, seeing if you can open up through this right side with those nice deep breaths. And then exhaling and letting go of tension. We're going to take 3 deep breaths here. So creating space on those inhales and letting go of tension on the exhales and maybe even deepening your pose a little bit. These gentle spinal twists, it's good for our organs, it's good for our digestion, it's good for our circulation, it's good for our spinal mobility as well. Last nice deep breath. Really send that air in and open up through the ribs, open up through the side body, and let it go. Good. To come back to neutral, take your time. You can even grab that right knee and help it back to center. Good. Take your time here. You might feel a little stiff or sticky. Adjust your way back into the center and take a moment just to readjust yourself. So any kind of movements that feel good in your body here. And we'll try that same thing on the other side. So extending our right leg and drawing the left knee in. Once again, you can either bend into that right knee if you want or extend it out onto the mat, whatever feels best to you. When you extend it out, you might feel a little stretch within that hip flexor as well on the front side of the body. So just keep that in mind. If you're feeling a pull there, when you extend your leg out, that's fine. That's that hip flexor that is super tight a lot of the times. Once again, just massaging into this left hip joint here, drawing mini circles, maybe even experimenting, pulling in towards either that left shoulder or towards the midline. Seeing it where it's a little sticky in the hip joint. Good. And if you want to adjust your pillows to go onto your right sides for support for your left knee as you do your spiral twist, go ahead. And when you're ready, right hand goes on top of the left knee. Left arm comes out into a T for support. Take your deep breath in to get some space and length in the spine. And then as you exhale, we're turning over onto the left side here. Once again, one side might feel a little different than the other. Never force it. We're using gravity. Okay, so finding a spot that's comfortable for you where you can let go and relax while you're letting gravity do the work here. Your left shoulder doesn't have to be on the ground at first. So see where you feel comfortable with that. And maybe as your body loosens up, that left shoulder can come back down towards the mat. And nice deep breaths. So deep breaths to open up through the body, create space, and then exhaling to let go of tension. Two more nice deep breaths, you guys. Good. And as soon as you're ready, please take your time. This is not a race. Go slow, move to your own rhythm, your own pace. And take a moment for yourself here to get any kinks. Any little areas where you feel stiff or sticky or just need to move around a little bit there? Good. And when you're feeling good, roll over onto one side and use a hand to help your upper body come up to a seated position, nice and slow. Okay. So once you're up on your mat, we're gonna be seated. So if you're not wanting to sit down on the mat, grab your cushion and we can sit down on there as well. You can also use your chair here as well. So if you're not wanting to sit right down on the ground, sit on your chair. We can do a few of these exercises in the chair as well. So if you're good, grab your either your chair or your cushion, or if you're good sitting right on the mat, then you can do that as well. Once you find a comfortable seated position, your legs can be out here. They can be in cross-legged, one in front of the other. Find your sit bones, so those two little bones poking out of your bun. Ground them down so they're like anchoring you into the earth. Get a little taller through the spine and roll the shoulders up, back, and gently press them down away from the ears. Just rest your hands on your knees for a moment, and we're going to take 2 deep breaths. So in through the nose and out the mouth. Let tension go from your face, your neck, your shoulders here. Good. Give yourself a little smile. And then we're going to work right into those hips a little bit more. This one is one of my favorite ones. So we're going to start by just grabbing hold of our right ankle. You can do this in your chair as well. See if you can grab hold of your right ankle here. Okay. If your mobility is a little bit better today, you can a couple different options. You can loop your right hand underneath the right and here, or you might even be able to get both hands around, like you're holding a child or a baby, or maybe your dog or cat. And we're just gonna rock side to side here. Good. This one feels really good on the hips. Gets right into those deeper muscle groups, right into the hip joints. Creates some mobility, creates some lubrication within the hip joint. Make sure to strengthen through the core and the spine. You're sitting up nice and tall. So watch your posture here. We have a tendency in this position to crouch down like this. See if you can sit up nice and tall, relaxing the shoulders. I know, easier said than done, but with practice, you'll get there, I promise. And we're just rocking a little bit side to side. Sometimes it feels fun to write your name in cursive with your big toe. Good. I don't know what it is about this movement. It's always so um I don't know, soothing to me. And then we're gonna see if we can hug that right leg in towards the midline as much as we can. Sit up nice and tall again. Hug, 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 squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Nice big stretch for our hips and piriformis there. And then you can let that one go and just shake it out a little bit. And we'll do the other side. One side may be a little different than the other, so take it at face value. Don't force anything. So starting just by grabbing hold of the foot or the ankle first, okay? If that wears out and you could use a little extra, finding a spot where you can pull your leg in a little bit closer towards the body. And just some gentle little motions side to side here while keeping your posture. I know every time I say posture, I instantly get a little taller. So my habit is down here as well. So I have to really pay attention to my posture as well. But this is a good one to build strength in the core and in the spine to help with our posture on a daily basis. Good. And then we'll just give that leg a little squeeze, 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 squeeze towards the midline. Sit up nice and tall. Feel that nice lovely stretch there. Good. And then you can shake that out a little bit there as well. Good. So I'm just going to turn sideways on my mat so you can see me a little bit better. We're going to get into the spine a little bit more here as well. And also, if you're sitting in your chair, you can follow along in your chair as well. You guys don't have to move sideways. I'm just gonna show you from this angle. Good. So we're going to be doing some seated cats and cows. You can do them a couple different ways. You can, if your knees are more comfortable bent here, you can do them like this as well. If you would rather sit in a cross-legged position or legs out here, you can do that as well. So find a comfortable seated position for you. If you're in your chair, just make sure that your feet are planted on the ground and your knees are about hip width apart. Good. So bring your hands to your knees for leverage. We're going to start in cat pose. So gently let your head drop down. We're not tucking it in towards the chest. We're just simply letting it drop and our heads are becoming heavy. Good. And then we're going to take our upper body and roll it back, and then our mid body, pulling our belly button in towards the spine, and even rocking back on our sacrum a little bit towards the tailbone. So just letting the head become heavy, leaning back, tucking the belly in. So we're making kind of a C shape here with our thighs. Couple deep breaths, and I want you to focus on breathing into the back ribs. So on those inhales, breathe into the back ribs, create space into those back ribs. One more breath. Good. And then we're going to go in the opposite position into our cow position, pulling ourselves forward a little bit. So rocking off the tailbone, so your pelvis is tilted back and up a little bit. Our chins are going to come up towards the sky. Drop the shoulders away from the ears and pull your chest and your belly forward. So we're arching into the lower back and the upper back a little bit, really sending those shoulders down. Sometimes it feels really good to stretch out the front of the neck by taking your bottom jaw, your chin, and bringing it forward as well. That one always feels really good. It looks silly, but it feels good. Try it. Good. And then we're going to go back and forth between these two positions with our breath. So on our exhales, we're pulling that belly button towards the spine, almost squeezing out the air in our lungs, dropping our head, letting it become heavy, and rocking back on the tailbone. And then inhaling to send the chest and the belly forward, dropping the shoulders and taking the chin up and maybe out. So move through with your own rhythm, your own pace here, guys. So we're getting into our whole spine and our pelvis here, which is such a great way for spinal and hip mobility. Good. Come back to center. And we're going to take our left leg out in front of us. So just take your left leg out in front of you guys. Now, if you're in your chair, I'm going to demonstrate that as well. Right knee can come up and just round your right foot there, in front. We're going to come into a gentle spinal twist. So if your right knee is up, a right hand comes back behind you for a support. On a nice deep breath in, get as tall as you possibly can. And then on your exhale, we're twisting to the right. So looking over your right shoulder there. So we're breathing as we're twisting. So every inhale, we're getting a little taller as if we're creating space within the vertebrae. And then on those exhales, then we're twisting. Don't force it. Go to where you feel a little resistance and settle in there. Breathe in there. One more breath. Good. So you can stay there for a couple breaths if you want. If you want to come out, go ahead. I'm just going to show you if you are in your chair. So feet are planted. Left hand can come to the right knee. And then we're going to take our right arm behind us and see if we can twist our body to the right. Taking deep breaths as to get longer, and then exhale to twist. Good. So same thing, and final twists are really good for our digestion, for our circulation, for our posture, for strengthening within the slide. Beautiful. So as we're back here, you can come back to center, drop your left hand to the side, and we're just going to take our right arm up and over for a little side stretch. So just getting into a little lateral mobility in our spine there as well. Good. Let's change legs. So taking that right leg out and bending into the left knee, planking your foot, sitting up nice and tall again. Left hand comes behind you for support. Take a deep breath to get nice and long and tall, and then exhale to twist to the left, looking over that back shoulder. If your neck allows. If you want, just leave your neck in line with your spine, okay? No need to crank anything or force anything, okay, guys? Just to where you feel some resistance, and you might feel different areas of resistance through your whole spine, and that's okay. Different parts of our spine compensate and get a little stiffer as time goes on, as per injuries, that kind of thing. What we've been through in life. One more breath here, guys. Good. Come back to center. Place your right hand on the floor in front of you and take that left arm up and over for a little side stretch. Excellent, you guys. And coming right back. We're going to slip our bums just in front of our cushions, and we're going to place our cushion in the middle of our back. So you don't want it on the lumbar side, you want it in the mid back. So where your rib cage is as we lay back. Make sure that you have a pillow or a neck support. So when you lay back on your cushions, you don't want your head floating all the way back here. Okay, keep your head supported with your pillow. So this is such a nice way to open up through the thoracic spine or the mid spine, opening up through the rib cage here. So once you've found that position, legs can be optional. So they can stretch out in front, they can come into butterfly, or if it's more comfortable with your knees bent and your feet planted, do that. We're going to place our hands on our abdomen here. And we're going to focus on our breath and our thoracic spine or our mid spine as well. So with every inhale, we're going to increase the stretch out of our rib cage. So inhale and make it go as big as you possibly can. And then as you exhale, I want you to see if you can let go of all tension. So just let go. Couple more times here. Relax the face, the eyes. Relax the head. Let the head become heavy. Let the body become heavy. Let your sacrum indent into the mat. Let it sink down and melt. Start to let go of tension throughout the body, or just acknowledge where you are holding tension in the body and see if you can actively work at letting it go before you get up and go on through your day. So getting rid of any negative tension throughout our whole body and in our minds. Reset yourself here. And I'm going to leave you guys with that for as long as you need. I hope that one worked out a little bit better for you guys today. And thank you for tuning in again. I hope you enjoyed your practice. I hope your hips and your spine feel a little bit better. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day or your evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you guys. Have a great day.